check this out real quick. Stay tuned. What's happening, fam? Welcome back to the channel. Hope everybody's doing well. So in today's video, just want to show you a little care package I got from a company that you guys already know I've did tons of videos on. It's Litlogos, one of my first sponsors, and just wanted to show you guys real quick. They came up with something. It's pretty new to the market. It's a shifter trim STI logo. So this is the original one right here. I showed you guys in a time lapse at the beginning of the video how to get it out. It's very, very simple. Let me just go over that real quick. As you saw, this shifter trim boot right here, you just literally pull that up. Now, once you pull that up, there's one Phillips head screw right here that screws to the body. And then when you go inside of this box right here and you lift up the felt padding, there's two more Phillips head screws down in there. That's how you'll get this entire piece loose. Okay, now once you get that loose, okay, the way how to get this other piece out, give me 1 second, I'm trying to hold this up. These two notches right here, this notch right here, and this one right here, just pick it up and you'll hear a snap. That's when you know it's coming up, and you just pull this piece forward, and that's it. I'm trying to do this to, you know, without taking out my gauges and stuff like that, guys, because it's a lot of wiring and stuff, and it's a pain in the ass. So I'm trying to do this without taking out this entire piece, if you get what I'm saying. Now, there's two screws in the back of it, two Phillips head screws holding it down. There's a tiny one right here and one on the other side. See it? And then there's a little harness that plugs into it. That harness only works when your lights are on, okay? So you can connect if you wanted. If you wanted, you can connect. There's the harness down there. This one right here. If you wanted, if you really wanted, you could connect a positive and a negative to that Litlogos supplies, but this logo is only going to work you know, when your running lights are on or whatnot. It's not going to work all the time. So what Litlogos did was they made a replica of this piece, okay, and I guess they got it down pat now where you don't have to Dremel anything. This STI, it should fit directly in there. Let's test it out real quick. Let me see. Let's see how good this is. It's a pretty much damn near perfect fit. It's actually perfect fit, man. That's it. And then all you do is you screw in those screws, same OEM screws, okay? Then you connect, see there's a 3-prong connector right here, okay? You connect this piece to it right here. There's a Litlogo module, okay? And that's where all the app control stuff and whatever is in there, okay? Because remember, you can control this from your app, okay? Now, there's 3-prong harness or plug. It's connected, narrowed down into a positive and negative wire, okay? And what they give you is an inline, they give you a ATM fuse, okay? With 2 ports over here, okay? So you have a 5 amp fuse at the top. Guys, with fuses, the top fuse it controls the circuit that it's going to, meaning it's going to the Litlogos, it's going to the logo. So this 5 amp fuse is going to this. The fuse that you pull out of the fuse box, it goes to the bottom, okay? So now the top fuse can never be larger than the bottom fuse. Remember that. So let's say if the bottom was 15 amps, the top could never be 20 amps. You're gonna overload the circuit and pop the whole thing is gonna pop. That's why inline fuses are important. And what I'm gonna do is I have to pop this out here. There's one Phillips head screw in there. I'm gonna pull this entire piece forward and you're gonna see what I'm talking about. So this is what they call, this is an ATM, this is an adder fuse. And most likely I might not need to use this. I do have a lot of inline fuses in there that get power while the car is off. So most likely all I'm gonna need to do is tap the positive and negative wire into an already existing fuse. I'll show you exactly what I mean, okay? So let me just connect this up real quick and I'll show you. All right, guys, so I pulled open the fuse box. Obviously mine, I have a lot of stuff going on, so don't get confused about that. I'm gonna put something up on the side and show you. So let's deal with the top row. The top row of this fuse panel in a Subaru. Remember, this car takes an ATM adder fuse. He already supplied one, okay? So now there's a 20 amp fog trail up here. That's the upper left, 7.5 amp meter ignition. There's a 15 amp door lock fuse. So that 15 amp door lock fuse, that's the one you want. And that's the one that I have in use in here right now. I don't know if you can see that. Hold on. I'm gonna pull it out so I can show you what I mean. Give me one sec. Okay. See that one up there with that blue purplish fuse? The one all the way to the top. That's the one. So you have two types of fuses, okay? You have switch connections and permanent connections. A switch connection is only active when you turn the ignition on. We don't want that. We want a permanent connection, which is a door lock fuse. A door lock can work anytime if the car is on or off, and that's what you want, because you want to be able to control the logo when the car is off at a show. Well, I want to anyway. So let me unplug it. I just want to show you what's going on here. So this is the 15 amp fuse to the bottom, and there's a 3 amp fuse to the top, okay? And that 3 amp fuse, that is controlling something that I have connected, something that it's running to. But anyway, this is what I wanted to show you. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna swap out this 3 amp fuse for the 5 amp fuse that he supplied me, okay? And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just tap in to this location right here, or I could tap into a whole other fuse if I wanted. So you know what, I'll just do that for shits and giggles so you guys can see it. All right, guys, so quick lesson. If I were you, I would definitely get myself a tester, okay? They're very, very cheap. I've said this many times before in many videos that I did. Hook it up to a ground, okay? Now, what you can do is there's a rail on this side of the fuse box right here. There's a 15 amp fuse right here. Watch this. I'm gonna touch it, and guess what? It says power when the car is off. So I'm gonna go use that fuse. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pull the fuse out, okay? You're gonna pull the fuse out, put it to the bottom slot, and leave the 5 amp on the top, okay? Remember, the fuse from the box itself goes always to the bottom, and the fuse that's going to the accessory is always going to the top, okay? And by the way, guys, I tested this before. The logo does work. Let me see if I can show you guys what I'm talking about real quick. I always have a habit of doing that. I forgot if I missed it, but you see, yep, there you go. So it works, okay? Just wanted to show you, but it was a pain in the ass for me to even do this, but it works. So anyway, I'm gonna pull out that 15 amp fuse now, put it to the bottom of the adder fuse, and show you the rest. Okay, got the 15 amp fuse out, place that to the bottom of this one right here. And again, guys, if you're doing any type of fuse work, these Subarus take an ATM fuse. It's called. There's different types, so make sure you pop that in there properly, and we're straight. Now we're just gonna put this bad boy in. Just plug it in, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the positive wire, put it in here, crimp the fuse, and then take this negative wire, and I'm gonna tap it to one of my grounds here that I already have. Just tap it to a ground and you're straight. All right. If you have a wire stripper, that would help as well. Just strip some of the wire off right here. Just put it in this bad boy. Now we're gonna crimp it down. That's it. It's long and short of it. Okay, now we're gonna plug this in. Let me see, I'm gonna have to run this probably from the underneath, because yeah, I gotta run from the underneath. There we go. I have to twist it like this. There we go. So here it is. It's popped in there. So now if I touch this negative here, this logo should come on, right? Ready? I'm gonna touch it right there, and bam. See what I'm saying? And we're straight. So now all I'm gonna do is just tap this negative wire to one of these black wire. I could tap it to any one of these grounds. It doesn't have to have its own connection. You could tap into another ground. A ground is a ground. All right, guys. So you see that's the positive fuse right there. That's the positive adder fuse. Okay, and right here, that is where the negative fuse is tapped in right there to another ground. And that's it. Now, all I gotta do now, what I did was I renamed. So if you go on the app, I'll show you. Go to LED hue, because that's the controllers that he uses. It just comes up as Litlogos, L-O-G-O. So all you got to do is just hold this down, and it'll ask you to rename it. So I put it as Shifter, S-H-I-F-T-R, because the amount of characters is limited. And now all I gotta do is click it on, and there we go. Okay, very, very, very easy. And I'm not gonna go over an entire tutorial on how to use this because I've done it before. You could just click up top on the videos at the amount of videos I'm gonna put up there, so at least you can see it. Now, once you go in there, once you go inside of the app, when you press that, that's the auto button right there. If I were you, leave it on auto. Down here controls the brightness. So the first line right here is the brightness, speed, and remember it's RGBW, so how much white light you want to put in. This third slide right here, that's the amount of white light you want to add into it. See how it gets white? And this, the second shift, the second slide is the speed. So as you can see it right there. Okay? And then the first slide is the brightness. See it? Now I'm gonna increase the brightness, and there we go. And that's really it. So you can leave it on auto, or you can put it on whatever patterns you want. But once you put it on auto, it's gonna go through all of the patterns through that. I think it's like 120 different patterns, I'm sorry. So let's click it on auto. So if you tap right here, there's 1. If you go backwards, that's 120. If you tap the middle right there, it's auto. So you got it right there. Not too bad. Okay, so once you back out of here, you can control it from your phone, and that's it. Let me put this shit back together. All right, guys, so I just pulled the car in the garage real quick, And as you can see, the ambient lights on the steering wheel, that's only because the car, once I pulled from outside, which is sunny, to in the garage, the auto running lights are on. So this is gonna stay on for about 30 seconds, somewhere around there, then it's gonna power off. And that is the same circuit that the old STI logo was hooked up to. So now, as I said before, pretty much what we're gonna do, we go to LED hue, refresh it, and we're gonna see lit shifter. Click on that bad boy, okay? Just flick it on. There we go. Now we can enter inside. Once we enter, we can always lower the brightness. See, by lowering the brightness, it'll catch it even better. You know what I'm saying? And where you can catch it on your videos and whatever a lot better. Once that brightness is high, obviously you know what happens. But look how beautiful that is. And now, as I said, we have it on a permanent connection. So I can power this on and off every single time from my phone on command. Guys, the only thing that you have to look out for, some of these circuits, what happens is, let's say you disconnect your battery or something like that, that can, once you reconnect the battery, it can trigger everything to come back on. So that is something that I'd probably look out for. But other than that, that's really it, guys. Definitely like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you think. As I said before, I put videos up while the video was playing along for all the previous logos that I've done for him. From the first time he actually made a logo. I think I did one of his first videos, one of the first videos for Litlogos for Skylar. And I did, I think, 2 other videos after that for him when he started updating his logos and whatnot. I even did it on my trunk. But anyway, guys, again, definitely like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you think. And I will talk to you guys soon. Skylar, thanks a lot for sending me this. Take it easy, guys.